Hello everybody. This is the second lecture of technical drawing TDE 102. Today we will speak about a small introduction, the basics of programming, a software programming called AutoCAD, which is widely used and well known program for technical drawing used by architecture, civil engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. So it is widely used for the drawing, a technical drawing one, not a normal drawing. So here, if you open the program, you will see this window, this small window. This is the basic windows that you will face when you open the AutoCAD for the first time. I used here AutoCAD 2007 version because it's easy to understand and learn, and so you focus on the learning of the skill itself, not the programming. So this program, I mean not the program itself, because the other program, that new version, it have a many boxes, many features that maybe take you on a different way. So now here, as any programming window, you will see here, this is the main menu bar. This is the main and this is the part that usually you see it new. You will open here a new template. Usually we use this one. This is the template that we work with it. If you click and open, it will give you the 2D this work, because there is the AutoCAD, you can use it to draw a 3D drawing, which is not our concern in this course. Now you will have this save and open if you have any old drawing. Now we focus today on this bar. This is a bar of the elements that we use to draw in the our drawing space. This is the black one. This is one is the drawing space that we draw the all the drawings inside it. There is another layout for this drawing, because usually after you draw any draft for yourself or for your company, for example, you will have to deliver it using a sheet, for example, for the worker to help them to build the building that you work on, or the project that you work on. So the layout there is here, if you see. We will not use this, but you learn what is this. If you draw anything here, you will see it in this paper. So this is the drawing place, so you can draw here, but it will not show up in the paper. And there is another one here. Okay, so this is just for your information, but we usually work here. Okay, so first we want to see this, how to draw a line. How to draw a line? By clicking on a line, it will give you, if you see in the window, it's behind the cursor, the big one cursor, this one, you will see a specify first point, and each if you move by your mouse, don't use a touchpad, because it's will make it hard to draw. Then he will be, if you want to draw a line, you want to specify 2 points for the line, the beginning of the line and the end of the line. So the first point, you if you click left click and move, any movement in any direction, you will see something that is increasing or decreasing above the line, which is the dimension of this line. For example, if I want my line to be 100 at a dimension, so there is another number that's moving or changing. It is the angle of my line corresponding to the horizontal line. So it is we want to usually all our lines that we have the dimension for it, or we want to draw it is, or even vertical or horizontal. So to have a good horizontal line, AutoCAD helps you to draw this line by moving until it is 0. Then you will see this dot line. This is like a helping. You will not this is not a part of your drawing, but it is like a helping, so you know that your line is perfectly 0 degree. And if you want to draw a vertical line, it will give you 90 degree and a helping line. So now I will use the pad to write 100 and enter. So now my line is very large. So as you have in your camera, in your phone, or you see an image, there is a zoom. The zoom using the rolling row in the your mouse. So you will see this is how you define your drawing. So you can see all the drawing. Now, if you maybe you can use this in zoom minus or bigger zooming, and this is like a band for movement of your drawing, so you want to make it here or there. So now after that I want to draw the other line. If I want to continue my line from the end of this, if I go to this line, I will see a small yellow box. This yellow box is the end of the line, so I click, and then usually we write the dimension, because the dimension, as you see, it is 62 dot, and there is a 4 number. So if you trying to fix it to 70, it will be very hard, and it will take more time that you think. So usually we write 70, for example, and enter. It is usually gives you the facility to draw the next line. If you want to draw the next line, you will continue in the direction that you want. If you don't want that, for example, if you want to draw a circle, now I don't want to draw another line, you will click escape in your keyboard. If you click escape, then you will escape from this continuous line drawing. Then if I want to draw another line to finish this rectangular, then I will continue from here 100 and above to finish. If I click here, you will see that this is the end of the point. It will and escape. Then this is my box. This is a rectangular that I have. Now this is how to draw a line. If I go to one of them and click on the line, you will see three blue boxes. This blue boxes is, if I go here, I will see the dimension of that line, and this is called this one, and this one, the end of the line and the beginning, it's called extension point. So if I click on it, I can extend my line further or reduce it. For example, if I draw a 100 but my line is not 100 accurately, it is, I make a mistake and it is 120, so I write 20, then my line is now 120, which is what I want from the beginning, for example. And if I want to reduce it, again I will write the reduction dimension that I want, not all of them. So if I write it and enter, then it will give me the correct line that I want. Another thing, if I click on the line, this line for example, I will see that there is that center, this one, the blue box, which is for movement of the line. If I click on it, then you see you can move your line. Usually, again, we don't use this because you specify a very inaccurate place. So usually we move it using dimension like this, and we write some dimension accurately, or remove it and go to this place and draw another line. Okay, but this is a facility on your in the program of AutoCAD. Now if I want to if I want to remove one line, sorry, if I want to remove this line, what I do, I just click on the delete. There is a delete button in your keyboard. If you click on it, you will have delete it. And if you click like in Word or other programs in Windows, and I think in other operating machines, there is Control D to return back, Control X to cut, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. The same idea. Or from here, this is undo and redo, and this is the cut and place and copy and paste. Now, if I want to draw a circle, what is the important thing about a circle? The important thing about a circle is two things: the center point and the radius, or two of the radius is the diameter. So two things: where is the center point and what is the diameter, or what is the radius. So if usually the center point of the circle, it is in between, in I don't know how to reach it. So usually I used an easy way to reach the point of the that we call it later a center point for a circle. But now, if I have a point here in this rectangle, which is far away from this line, from this side 20, and from this side as 15. So there is a point here. How I can reach it by this accurate dimension? I used a small line. There is construction lines that maybe can use like this, but usually the using a line is very easy like this. If I click here again and write, for example, how much, 20, then okay, then I am 20 from this side. Then I can go from this side, from the above side to the center by 15, and click enter. Now I have a point, and the AutoCAD gives me again how to draw another line. By if I click escape, then I have a place here. The end point of this line is a point that is what I have in mind for as a point for a center point for my circle that I want to draw. Now, if I want to draw a circle, this is a circle that I want to draw. This, if I click on circle, it will specify writing here. If you see in the blue box, it called specify where is the center point. So I click on the center point, and it gives me, if I move, it gives me a number that changeable, which is the radius. So if I write, for example, the radius as 10, then my circle will be larger. So I will write yes. Now my radius is 10, and I find my center point. Now my circle is in the accurate place. Now what about this line? It is like helping line, so I will just click delete on the keyboard, and here is another line. It is you can leave it actually, because if you draw using a pencil, draw a line, and then after a while you draw another line on it, you can't see or distinguish between the two lines, because both of them on the above each other. So deleting or removing it doesn't matter. Now this is how to draw a circle. Another thing, or two things, that I will discuss here to enrich the basics, is the inclined line. If I click on this line and reduce it by, for example, 60, and this line I will reduce it by, for example, by 30. Now I have these 2 points. Usually if I give you a drawing, I don't specify the dimension or the angle of the inclined line. If I give it to you, or if anybody give it to you, it's okay, but usually we don't give. We give the dimension that is vertical or horizontal, for example for this line and for this line. And you see that there is an inclined line that's between this point and this point, but I don't know what is the angle. That is okay, we don't have to know the angle. Just click on line, and if you know how to draw this one by its dimensions given to you, so you will click from this point and to this point, and then escape. then you have your inclined line directly. That's the easy way for any inclined line in your drawing. You just follow where is the vertical line and horizontal line, draw it, everything, draw it, and when you see that there is a point, any line, as I said before, any line have 2 points to draw, the beginning and the end point. So if I draw this line and draw this line, so I know where is the beginning and where is the end point, so I just draw it without knowing what is the dimension, without knowing what is the angle to the horizontal or the vertical line. Okay, now the arc. If I want to draw an arc, what I want to do, usually the arc is a part of a circle. The arc is, for example, if you have a sharp rectangular or polynomial shape or mechanical shape, and you want to make it smooth at the edges so it doesn't harm anything or doesn't harm anybody, or for example you want to make a cylinder, a part of a cylinder in the corner of things for a building, for example, then you want to draw a part of a circle, which is, we call it arc. Now, to draw arc here, for example, if my arc is, the arc have three things to know. The arc is part of circle, so it have a center point and it has the diameter or a radius. Yes. So, but the arc, the circle doesn't have any point to begin and to the end, because the circle is 360 degree, but the arc is less than that. For example, maybe it is 60 degree or 50 degree or 45, like the corners. So there is many types of ways of drawing arc. For example, here there is a way that specifies 3 points, which is very hard. There is an easy way that I will teach you today, which from this here, if you go to here and arc, you will see a lot of ways to draw an arc, a 3 point, a start end, or start center end, start center angle, start center length, if you know the length of the arc. But we usually start I use start end radius, because you can easily learn from the dimension that you have in your drawing, where is the start point, where is the end point, and what is the radius. So now returning back to our drawing, if I want to draw a corner here, so I will reduce this by 5, or maybe return back. I will, sorry, anything that you make a mistake, return back. Much easier. Now if I reduce this by 10 and reducing also this by 10, so now I have this place which is from the last point, it is 10 by 10 here, that the point that I reduce it, so 10 by 10. So if I draw an arc here, its radius will be 10. So if and I have already the place here, the beginning and the end point. So this is because that's why I use this way, because it's very easy to learn or find where is the point or where is the information that you want to have, so you can draw your arc easily. So if I go to draw arc, start end radius, now he said to you specify the start point, then he will say to you, now if I specify this one, then he will say to you specify the end point, then I specify this one. If I move, you will see the small arc begin to shape itself, And what is he said that specifies the radius. Yes, we know that the radius is 10. So if we write 10 and enter, now we have our arc is a part of a circle that is its radius is 10, like this one. Now, as I said, I don't. If I begin here from this point, if I remove my arc again, I start the arc here, start in radius. I start the arc, the beginning point from this point. Why? As I can begin from this point, it's the same point. If you begin from the left to the right, your arc will be to the bottom. So you will see your arc to the bottom, to the bottom of your drawing. If you draw from the right to left, you will see your arc from the to the above, or to the above corner, or to the above places of your drawing. So if you draw like this, your arc is to the end, or it's like this. So it is not the correct one, because it's inside the drawing. I want it to the outside the drawing, as I see it in my drawing that I have in my hand that I want to draw. So this is to the inside place. I don't want my drawing to be to the inside drawing, so I don't use this way. But in some places, now, returning back, sorry, this is the arc here. So I want to draw to be my arc to the outside. So I draw again arc, start in radius from the left to the right. So my arc is to the outside, and I write the radius, enter. Then my arc is what I want in the my drawing. Now, something else that we want to learn is there is a sort of arc that is you don't know where is the beginning or where is the ending, especially where there is tangent lines or tangent arcs, another arc. For example, this line or this arc, this line, there is a line here that is a tangent to a small circle here, that this arc is part of it. Now this line, if we continue here by 10, it's a tangent. So this point is the tangent point. So this point is vertical, or have a 90 degree to the radius. Okay, and also this point. But my arc doesn't show up in all the drawing as a tangent to a line. Maybe it is a tangent to another circle or to another arc. Okay, so we have, for example, here we have I don't know if it is shown up or not. So we have this concept that we have a target or tangent point like this. So my arc or my circle like this, it is have a small circle here and a large circle here and a very large containing circle from outside, or a it's an arc, a large arc or a large circle. Maybe it is sometimes like this or sometimes whatever. The point here is the center point. If I draw a line from the tangent point to the center point to the tangent, another tangent point like this, it will be having a 90 degree, a 90 degree in this point and a 90 degree on this point. So I can learn where is the tangent point by drawing a line from the center point to the tangent point. Another thing or another shape is if the tangent point, like this is the case 2 that I speak. There is another case where is the tangent point is the small circle or small arc inside, and there is a large one here and a large one here. So the small point here that I want to find, what I want to find the radius. So, and where is the where is they touch each other. So from the center point to the other center point, if both of them are part of a circle, will be a small line. It is consist of R1 and R for this circle, C circle, and for C1 circle. And here is another case, it's a line also, which is connected from the center point to the center point of this R. So what you will learn from this place is that if you have multiple arcs that's connected to each other, you will have to understand that this center point, if you draw one of them, then you will learn where is the center point in the AutoCAD. You will understand that this is the center point. So the center point have a dimension which is R2 plus R. So if it is connected to a point, whatever this point, that's much larger than this summation, then you have something wrong other than what you are drawing. Okay, the other case here is where is it is the same that we speak about, but this point, this circle is away from each other. So the same idea here, that the tangent is have a perpendicular case on the diameter, on the big diameter, and the big diameter of the green circle, or C, here name it 3 here, and this is C2. It is have this post line, so it is R minus R2, this part, and this part is R2. Okay, so if I know one of them, I can draw the other one, because I understand if I know one of them, I can locate where is the center point, and if I know where is the center point, I can just sum these numbers and I find the center point. And if I know the center point, I can draw it easily. Okay, or at least I can draw a helping line, and I can understand that this is the tangent point. Okay, so I don't know if there is something here. Yes. So now returning back to the AutoCAD. Now here in AutoCAD we understand four things that we can learn or draw in our drawing. That's for today. So I thanks for listening.